Hello everyone, bonjour tout le monde, welcome to EFA95 on this Friday, June 26th. I want to make this one short and sweet, just like you're not doing to the companies out there, to the restaurants, to the gym industry, to service industries. My wife was telling me about this dog kennel the other day. They're basically empty. They had to lay off all their staff because nobody's going anywhere, right? Who wants to babysit their dog when you're not going anywhere? So a lot of these different type of industries, and those we've talked about on previous CFAs, are doing extremely well, and thankfully so, right? But a lot of those that are closing and etc. still suffering. What is it, phase 3 in Ottawa, in my region? You're not allowed to have your restaurant. They're looking at September-ish, which I predicted, right? I told them it won't be before September, but a lot of people have said the same thing. But I just know how it works, how the system works. And once you create the system, I've said this before, back in March, back in April. Remember when I looked at the camera back in March, I said, excuse me, government, please do not start the department, because I know how they are. They're going to start the department, going to start the building, going to start the position, going to start the salary, and it just keeps growing and then it expands. And now this system that is really, really not what it thought it was, but they got to maintain it because they've already created it. And they're going to create it for future developments and etc. So there's going to be hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars into a system that's looking like it's trying to kill the middle class. I don't know. Have your bottom class and your $2,000 a month, and have your top class and your middle class. Let's wipe them out. Let's wipe out the ones that have worked 20, 30, 40, 50 years, that have contributed. The sidewalks you're working on, the parks I'm walking on, the parks you play in. A lot of that comes from all their tax base, all their businesses, all their fees, it just amazing amount of money that was dispensed by the business communities that has been the one, not only like pushed to the ground, they're nailed to a wall. You're nailing people to a wall. So I'm going to go back to the mask here. And this individual, they were talking about, did you wear the mask last week when it was like plus 40? It was like the humidex of plus 40. And I'm smiling, I'm listening, they're all talking. I almost passed out. It was like I was getting weak in the head. And ladies and gentlemen, we are breathing, right? We're exhaling, and it's 40 degrees humidex outside. You're exhaling this furnace, and then you're breathing it back and forth all day while you're carrying material, while you're stringing a hammer, while you're doing your job, while you're doing your duties. So it doesn't matter if you're a courier walking around, doesn't matter. Those that wrote those policies and procedures are those that are sitting in air-conditioned offices. That's what they are. They're not the ones that are the minus 40 outside, the plus 40 outside, the freezing rain outside, the slip, trips, and falls outside, the snorting of the nose and the blowing of all day because you're outside the minus 40 and plus 40 and freezing rain and all this and that and humidity and humidex and etc. Right? Those are the ones that disgusting stuff that the human body does. You're going to be wearing a mask. Think about that. And they're the ones dictating to you that you're going to be wearing one, and you better be wearing one, right? So when I look at all that and I look at it, I'm not going to call it a charade, but there's a system in place that they have to keep the wheels in motion. The numbers don't make sense. The data doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter. They knew back then that data doesn't make sense. But going forward, I told people, look behind you the last 20 years in Asian countries. Look ahead of you. Get ready for the mask. Get ready to wear the mask. Get ready to live in this world, this new nuance that we're in, right? Get ready to live it. You're part of it. It's out of the fabric. Your skin is starting to be caught into the fabric of this new system that you're caught in. And you are caught in it. And you need to adapt and overcome. If you do not adapt and overcome, they will swallow you up, and you will be that $2,000 a month serve on the bottom that everybody's going to coast into it. And then there'll be those that'll just remember, they're talking about that annual salary of $30,000-$35,000 a year. There's a lot of people that are wanting that just to sit back and relax, just like those right now that are on vacation mode, that should be servicing what they're paid to do, and everybody's banging their head against the wall, banging their head against the desk. Why the hell is it taking 2 weeks for somebody to get back to me? Why does it take 15 phone calls? Why does it take 30 emails on departments that are supposedly working from home? Because you're on vacation mode. And those same individuals are the one dictating to you you're going to wear a mask at plus 40 humidex, minus 40 freezing rain. The same individuals are going to dictate to you that your 5,000-10,000 square foot restaurant cannot have anybody inside of it while everything else out in the public is full. Right? Jean-Guy Bourguignon, EFA 94.